Very quick impromptu video, and in this video I'm actually going to go through a wiring harness to help a subscriber out with his VFR. Keep watching, see if there's anything in there that is useful for yourself. Alright guys, if you do like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, don't forget to hit the subscribe, don't forget to turn on the notifications. And this is a very quick impromptu video in order to help out one of my subscribers, Chris, who has, believe it or not, a 98 VFR 50th anniversary model. And I just happen to have here a wiring harness of a 1998 VFR. And there is some slight differences between the VFR, the 98 and the 2000, which is what I've got. And it's namely the his and also I found out the plug. Now this plug here is for the regulator rectifier. And there's two wires, a red and a white and two green. Now, the problem with Chris's bike is for some reason somebody has bypassed this wire, which is quite disconcerting because if they've bypassed this wire, I'm wondering if they've done it because they've bypassed the regulator and rectifier, so to speak, because it keeps popping a fuse. So the first thing you need to do, Chris, is check this fuse here, which is the FI ignition pump fuse. So the first thing you need to do is see if there's a fuse in there and if it has or hasn't popped. The second thing you need to do is you need to get yourself a multimeter. Now, if you haven't got one, these are quite cheap. You can pick them up for 10 quid. And the reason why you need this is you need it on continuity. Because you've got, I ain't going to lie about this, you've got some serious problems with your wiring on your VFR. And what you need to do is you need to establish whether or not this plug and the wires associated with it are still working. So this is the black plug we're talking about, which goes into this plug, which you'll find, I can't remember what that plugs into now. If I can remember what that plug plugs into, I'll let you know. But you have this plug, and this plug will come out, and then it runs through, it's the main power conduit, into the fuse box. It also has, if I'm correct, yeah, that's it. So it's the main conduit into the fuse box from the regulator rectifier. And of course, from the fuse box, it will then go into the battery. These are the negative wires. And strange enough, this actually hooks straight up to the battery. Or the frame, because this is a ground. So it hooks up to the frame. So what you first need to do is you need to find, if you can, this bit, and then using your meter, you stick one in one end, so you've got the two green, you stick one in one end, like so, and one in the other end, and it should, he says hopefully, if we can get it in there properly. Oh, have I got it on continuity? I've not got it on continuity, my bad. If you stick one end in one end, and the other one, I don't know if you can hear that, but that means that there's a path going from the plug to this. And then check the same one the next side. Like so. And make sure you get that tone. Once you've done that, you need to check the opposite side. So the positive side. So you're going to check it, and you need to find this plug and check there's continuity there. And then also you need to go into your fuse box. Now, if you look here, it actually goes into two parts in your fuse box. So it goes into this one here, it should be, as you can see. Oops, let's put it there. So it goes into that fuse. And then it goes into, I've just pulled it out, this other 20 amp fuse here. Let me ram this back inside the red. So you can ram it in. There we go. Ram it inside. So, there you go. So it'll only be on one side. So that's that, and that's that. And then obviously the same principle applies if you stick it in the other side of that plug. they should still sound. So that's what you need to do. So you need to check that. And then obviously, once you've checked that, you also need to trace the wiring that they've put on and take it off. I've also got a feeling that they've actually taken the wire. If they've bypassed the fuse box, then that's why there's a wire running to your ignition. Because what they've done is bypassed. And that would also explain why your plug has melted. Because the chances are the regulator rectifier has actually failed, and they've bypassed it to prevent it from popping a fuse. So that's something you definitely need to check. So that's the first thing I would suggest. So check your fuses to see if there's any fuses in here and if they've blown. If they have, you see, it might also be that the actual wire is being run to your fuel pump in order for your fuel pump to work. And then get a multimeter, as I said, and check the continuity from here to here. If you've got continuity from here to here and from there to there, you should be able to take that other wiring off and actually just plug it straight back in to this. But I also think you've got the wrong regulator rectifier. I think somebody's switched the regulator and rectifier and may have put a Honda regulator rectifier, Honda CBR 1000, I think, regulator and rectifier on. Other than that, so that's really all I can suggest. So that's literally all I can suggest. The other thing actually I would suggest is, and I saw it very as clear as day on one of the photographs he sent me, there is a bulge, which is this. This is the lovely famous grounding plug. You will need to actually check this as well to make sure there's no damage to this, so that you can rule that out as well, because if there's any damage to this, you'll need to get that changed as well. So that is the best, it's the only advice I can give at the moment in your situation, in your predicament, would be to do what I've just suggested. If you find you've still got a problem after that, then please, by all means, come back to me, and I'm more than willing to give you some more help in sorting out and rectifying this problem. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you've got any questions or comments, or if you've got anything you want me to help you with, leave them in the comment section down below, and I will try my best to answer them as quickly as I can. Thank you very much. Cheerio.